So, I mean, simple. There are expectations and rules and policies within this program that are going to be followed by one and all, and he just slipped up one too many times with those expectations and policies, and that was the result. Just left the weight room 2 minutes ago, and they looked tired, and of course they weren't expecting to lift today. They were expecting to practice. And in hindsight, coming back with this Monday practice probably wasn't a great idea. So having this will be a benefit to us. Having this workout, we'll run tomorrow, and it'll be a positive going into Wednesday's practice. But they're sweating and huffing and puffing right now. I mean, everybody's different. I would say both excellent and qualified coaches. Chris a lot more demonstrative than Brandon, but certainly Brandon gets after it on the practice field. Very commanding, very decisive. Maybe comes across a little bit more cerebral in his approach to it. But the integral piece, obviously, is his connection with Mark and the offense and what we're doing in that regard. As soon as he got here, it was a conversation we saved for in person to sit down at a table and go over a list of names and so forth. And so, it was. Matter of fact, it was the first and only name out of his mouth. And I talked about 5 guys all told before I made the final decision. A lot of the same things I just described and you've witnessed in his, whether it's a discussion here or his coaching on the field. I think you see the match in personalities, and Mark talked about that. I talked to a guy by the name of Nick Quintero, who was an assistant here under Mac and is with Mac now in North Texas, that I coached with, and Nick's comments were, Paul, he's uncanny in his ability to see 22 guys out on the field game day. And Mark had mentioned that his time as a play caller, that he was the guy. He was the guy that he was communicating with. He was the one that was in rhythm and giving them this blitz is coming. They're lining up in this and so forth. And when I walk in the staff room and I'd listen to them and hear what they're talking about, I'd get that immediately. Brandon's doing a lot of conversing when I'm in the room. Yeah, I think they're excited about the offense, and then additionally they're excited about Mark and the rest of the staff. And quite honestly, I group Coach Sturdy in that because he's got a new position group as well. So I think all 5 position groups, as well as the offense collectively, are excited about what we've started with in just 2 days of practice and scratching the surface a little bit, and the energy that's on the field between players and coaches and players. Health. He didn't get all 15 last spring. He had a toe and a shoulder last spring. So I'd love to get 15 days of practice out of him first and foremost. Aaron's tough. He doesn't have to show any toughness. I'd like to see him take advantage of the offense and display all the skills that he has. Pass catching, open field running, running in between the tackles, and I think pass protection has to be developed with our entire backfield, and Aaron would be included in that.